Booyakasha. Here we are, kids. Thursday, July what? 11th? 11th.
11th.
Good friend of mine's birthday.
Yep.
And the day after a huge wedding anniversary for Mr. Ben Barden. Congratulations. You are.
Thank you very much.
You're officially in the club, at least the club I'm in. So that's a long time.
Yeah, it feels like that's kind of a club that should really be for old people, and I don't really feel old enough to be in that club yet.
Yeah, it's not just an old person's club. It's a club that is designed for people who actually stay together, which is a novelty, it seems, nowadays. So 25 years.
Well, I guess so, and I did get married when I was 20. So
that's true. You got married younger by what, about seven or 8 years to me. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice work. Good job.
Very cool. Anyway, yeah.
So I'm the old one. Caleb, good to see you. Happy Thursday.
Hi. Sorry about that. Someone knocked on the door, so
it happens.
Dealt with that real quick. Turn on the lights in here because it's like weird guy wearing AirPods in the dark. It's just strange. It's good to see everybody.
Yeah, I love how the first post is from Brandon, unless we're missing one before. And the post is, seems more like hand or brain surgery would cause typing issues, but hey, I'm no doctor. Laughing emoji, crying, laughing. Like, I don't know how that's the first. Are you reacting to something? Did we miss something? I don't know what's happening. I don't know. But DJ's back. David, Brandon, of course. The other David. The Davids, we'll call them. There you go. Brandon is 11 years. Was up here for his wedding anniversary or thereabouts. And there's Britt. What's up, Britt? And Sam. So Brandon and Britt came up here. They decided just out of nowhere to do a trip to Oregon. I don't know if Britt was on board with the whole thing, but Brandon made it happen. And they showed up, and I met up with them, and it was cool. So we hung out a while. Yeah, it was good.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. I can't even remember when it was. But there you go. All right. There were messages before that first message that we're seeing here in Ecamm. So I guess if we go to the YouTubes, there's a whole other thing that was happening.
I'm on there.
It was like the pregame. Speaking of pregame, are we going to have something to drink, gentlemen? Let's have a drink. Yes, no, maybe.
Sounds good.
I think we at least have to toast to Ben's 25th.
Yes.
So
that's
who's going first?
Quarter century.
All right, you're going, Caleb. You're first.
All right. For the second week in a row, I've got something interesting for once.
Okay, second month.
Benny's on the discount shelf.
Yes.
So this was $30-$40 off.
What? Oh, I know. Aberfeld. 18 year? Get that.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Crazy. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Wait, how much off?
I'm getting in here. $40.
All right, so I'm going to say you paid over 50 but under 60 for it. No?
No. I think it was I don't remember now. $80 to $100. So maybe
with it off. Okay, no, you didn't.
Yeah, after
you didn't.
After
it's
the
just
discount.
Oregon's expensive, so that's why I'm saying that. All right.
I see. So I've never had any of their stuff, so excited to give it a whirl. But I traditionally am really into or prefer the Highland stuff. So
yeah,
where's that one from?
Highlands.
Is that Highland?
Yes. Yeah, Highland single malt. Let's see if there's more information back here.
Brit says
Tuscan red wine casks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Aberfeld. It's an Aberfeldy 18. All
Aberfeldy 18.
Yeah, what did I say?
If I can get this thing. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just
I think
reading
you just missed the Y.
DJ's post. Yeah. All right. I don't know what the $38.44 is for, Britt. Are you talking about the Everclear or your guess on the price of the scotch? And I love how it's like the
It's
price
very
is right.
specific.
38.44. Well, I'm going to go 38.45. Dum dum da dum 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 ba dum ba da da ba da da ba da. Okay, that's a very American thing, but don't forget to get your pets spayed and neutered. Remember that? Okay, this is old school.
I have no
Price is
idea what you're
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, well, you look up you look up Bob Barker and Price is Right and Spayed and Neutered, and it's a part of Americana.
Okay.
Huh?
We had The Price is Right. I think we had a version of The Price is Right, but I don't remember anything about dogs being neutered on there.
Yeah, and then it was taken over when he retired or passed by what's the comedian's name? He had a sitcom for a while. He's a pretty funny guy. Whatever. Unnecessary. 38.44 is for the 12-year. Here we go. Britt saying it's got pepper notes. I'm imagining maybe some berries. Oh, because when we all went wine tasting, we were just like taking the piss and we were drinking wine and pretending that we actually knew what the hell we were talking about. So we're like, it's got like a little bit of a raisin bark with a citrus like edge to it, and we were just going. Oh, Drew Carey, thank you, Sam. Yeah, Drew Carey took it over. Yeah, as if this even
Nice.
means anything. Um, it's getting weird. Okay, so how about you, Ben? Well, here I'll do mine first because you're anniversary person.
Okay.
So I'm having a. I'm kind of on a red wine tear right now. So and tequila for some reason. I'm not drinking that right now. So this is
Not
called.
together.
Mixing them together, that's where it's at.
No. I'm gonna in a minute though. I'm gonna tell you about something. This is an Oregon Pinot Noir. It's produced by Brooks. It's no longer made, but it's called Concho. It was made with I think he's a country singer. His name is Clay Walker. So they kind of did like a one-off. I think this might be an expensive bottle of wine because it's 2017 and Brooks wine isn't usually cheap. But I was like, what the hell, Let's do it. So that's what I'm having.
Britt?
I'm gonna pour.
Get a price out there.
Let's get a price on this Concho. Come on, Clay Walker, and then Ben, you're up. Let's see what you're having, kid. I'm ready.
All right, so I've been shooting a lot of interiors this week, so we've been propping things up. So this was one of the prop bottles, which is a Malbec, but oddly, is that going to come in? Oddly,
maybe.
Block that beautiful
get my
face
face out of the way. There we go. But this is from France, which is not where Malbec generally comes from. So
true.
I don't know how this will be, but this is an oldie special. So this wasn't expensive.
Oh, snap. Love the Aldi specials.
Yeah.
Nice.
They normally have quite good stuff. I can't remember how much this was. £6 maybe? Sorry, I've spoiled the fun now for the guessing game, which is going to make up a good 80% of this show by the looks of things. So
Brit's in. 98.40, she says, for the red wine. I don't think it's that expensive, but probably at least 60. All right, to Ben. Cheers. And
cheers, Ben.
Happy anniversary.
Well done to all of you. Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh, oh, wow. That's actually very good.
Ooh. We're hitting 1,000 here today, guys. Beautiful. All right.
Wow.
Take a breath. Brit's on fire. She is like Price of right now. It's crazy. Okay. Beautiful. So let me just tell you while we're on the tequila conversation, even though we are not still on it, but I'm going to say it. Yesterday in my live stream, I talked about we did a little thing for 4th of July. We went to my son's doing like an internship, like at the camp summer program. So he's there for 6 weeks. So we went to go visit him on July 4th, and they did the traditional, hamburgers, hot dogs, potato chips, potato salad, coleslaw, all the normal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we had our friends over that night, and we did a Greek Mediterranean night. So we did lamb, we did chicken, kebabs, we did a whole leg of lamb, we did like watermelon and feta salad, Greek salad, good stuff. It all turned out good. But a few days before, We went. You guys know James Kwan. He
Yes.
came up to Oregon with Megan, his wife, and they came over. They actually picked me up at the airport when I was flying back from LA from doing the Steadicam Access videos, and then we came to our house. We went shopping on the way to the house. We had a big dinner, and then the next day we went cherry picking locally. About 10 minutes away, there's a place. It's like $1.25 a pound. And we picked, Jess and I picked alone 44 pounds of cherries, 5 different varieties. Fantastic.
Holy cow.
So when we did July 4th, like, first of all, you just pop in cherries all the time. That doesn't sound right. We are eating. Wait, okay. So we are. We are.
Grad comes like out of retirement just for that one, man. Dude, he would have ruined you.
Wait, where's Small Brown Fox? I'm looking.
Channel.
I'm looking. It's all over. So we have these 5 varieties. We made a cherry crumble. We did so the main thing is muddled cherries with fresh lime juice and reposado tequila, and we made like some of the best tequilas I've ever had. It was fresh cherry and lime. I'm sorry, margaritas. Yeah, that were unbelievable. So that was like the drink for July 4th. It tasted ridiculous. Yeah, simple syrup, of course, demonetized.
Beautiful.
I see how you. Why didn't you just put demon in all caps, Brandon, and then say atized? Okay, because that's what you mean. Look, everybody, they're all getting in. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? I got to explain the feta and watermelon salad. Get a ripe watermelon, stick it in the fridge. Take it out of the fridge when it's cold. Cut it up into cubes. Take feta, cut it into cubes. And then you put a little bit of olive oil, tiny bit of salt, mix it up, maybe a little red wine vinegar.
Interesting.
You're done. Delicious.
I don't think I've ever had that. That sounds good.
It is good. It's very good. All right. But we did not do what young people do. We did not soak the watermelon in vodka or tequila, which some people do. That has happened before.
Not in a salad, surely.
No, never. Why would you? I didn't mean in the salad, but you know that's a thing, right? Like you take.
I know that's a thing. You drill a hole in it and you fill it. Pour a bottle of vodka.
Of course you do. Yeah. David is renaming it Mannequin Cherry Wine. This is getting weird. Okay, here we go. All right, kids.
A mannequin. I needed to call you, get some recommendations.
Oh,
what do you find? Who's your mannequin?
This is the
guy?
place. Mannequin, my mannequin supplier.
I need a 6-foot mannequin.
Oh, Matt Porwall bought a mannequin recently. Was probably about a 6-foot mannequin. You know.
Okay.
I don't even know what to say about this conversation. Everything's getting out of control. Hey, okay, here we go.
How
Brandon's
about this
coming in with the save.
Sony,
yeah,
Brandon
thank you.
says.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the save. This wine is delicious. So this is the ZV for you, Ben. The ZV. What is it? E10 Mark II.
E10
E10
It's not
2.
full frame though, is it?
Yeah, well, no, it's APS-C.
Yeah,
because the Z, there's another one.
Brandon
which is
said FF, and I was like, what?
Maybe it's not full frame. Else. It just got announced yesterday or the day before.
Yeah,
and basically it's
there. You know, now.
I watched Gerald's video. Well, I watched the section where he talks about overheating. There's definitely some issues there. Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, the only camera that I've gotten so far in the non-Cine line, like FX30, FX3, that I'm not having any issues with overheating is the A7C2, which is their full, kind of like, I call it their entry-level full-frame hybrid, right? Which is a good little camera. And I haven't had any overheating. I've seen like a warning, but it's never overheated on me. So, yeah, there we go.
Did you play with the ZVE1 much?
No, I had one in for a short period of time, but it overheats, right? Or
I prefer the A7C2.
Yeah,
I just love that thing. It's great.
A7C2 is kind of like the in Sony's lineup. I kind of feel like it's like I wouldn't say unsung hero, but it doesn't get a lot of attention. And because the FX30 and the FX3 get a lot of attention, but neither of those cameras to me are really kind of hybrid cameras. If you're going to go for a camera that you want to shoot stills and video, A7C2 is definitely a better way to go. And remarkably close. Huh?
I would kill for an FX60, and it's the A7C2 in an FX body. Can you imagine?
Yes.
I love that sensor, that larger oversample.
It's a great sensor. I mean, that's the
so
sensor
just think
that they
FX30,
really,
but a full frame.
Yeah, or they should make that sensor be in the FX3 Mark II.
Sure.
That would work too, right? I mean, it would be more expensive.
I think it could, yeah, but I think the FX3, they're going for that more A7S. It's the same sensor, that low light beast. But what I love about the A7C is it's plenty good in low light. But for those of us who aren't filming in moonlight, it'd be nice to have some more pixel action there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the downside, of course, to the FX3 is that as soon as you go to Super 35 crop, you go to 1080.
Junk.
Yeah, it's not even like you're shooting 4K on that camera. You're not shooting with the camera. Let's be honest.
Right.
For video. Britt says, so off topic, but is the writer's strike done yet? Writer's strike done. It's the IATSE strike, which is supposed to come up in the month of July. That's the big question mark. It sounds like it's not going to happen. It sounds like they have all their preliminary agreements. The big thing that I spoke to people about when I was down in LA is whether or not they think things are going to pick up as soon as everything is ratified. Because, of course, conveniently, that strike was supposed to happen on July 31st. August, historically, going into September, are two of the quietest months for production, period. That's like usually when things go dark. So a stage will go dark and they won't shoot shows, or episodic especially. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be good. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. It's messy times right now. If you look at the combination of what's happening in this industry and American politics, you might as well just pack it in. And then throw in some AI while you're at it, and Boston Robotics. I think I'm staying on my hill in Oregon.
Yeah.
On that topic, Cine D, I haven't read it yet, but Cine D has a article. Hollywood is in decline. Union strike partially to blame, says Scott Galloway. They've got a whole thing over there. So I haven't read it, but on that topic,
it's an interesting thing that there's a lot of we're on a WhatsApp groups from camera operators that are northern based in the UK. So you wouldn't think it's the same reasons, but quiet. Everyone's really struggling work-wise in the TV industry here right now.
Really?
And I don't know where that's come from. Yeah, everyone's like really struggling. Like people going off doing other careers temporarily, going off being postmen.
Oh, wow.
Just struggling to make ends meet. Yeah, seriously. Really bad. I mean, corporate stuff's been kind of quiet this year. I mean, stuff's coming in, but it's not like it's booked a long way in advance. So I would say I'm down up to now, but I've got a big job, which I want to talk about and get some advice from everybody, because I have some kit issues that need solving. But yeah, so things are okay, but they're kind of like only just this year. Everything seems to be compressed across the board.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what the reason is here.
It's interesting you say that, because locally I'm hearing about lots of hurting over here too. More than or several times I've heard this is the worst year we've had.
And the knock on, of course, of there being lots of camera ops. Yeah, well, I think this is kind of the same, because you've ended up with a lot of cam ops who are now struggling for work, and then the rates are being pushed.
Right. Oh, well, that's the big problem right now. That's the big downside to all of this, is that because, and this is historically true, right? Whenever we are in a period where people are starving for work, there's always going to be a percentage of people who will start to take that work for a lot less money, right? And
Right.
then they set
Of course.
a new bar for what you can hire somebody for. If enough people are in agreement with that because they just need to work and pay the bills, it's really hard to get back up to those other rates, especially in
Yeah.
smaller markets. Bigger markets is a little easier, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. TV day rates are bad. People are really struggling getting money out of clients. I think it's not a good situation at the moment. It's an odd time, a really odd time. But we'll see. I don't know quite what the reason is for it, but
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
yeah,
two
people
things.
are struggling.
One,
Mm.
we haven't mentioned it yet, but if you have a question, drop it in the comments because this is kind of a chill, relaxed show. There's not necessarily a topic. And Ben, what's this project that you've got coming up?
So
Yeah.
I've got a big offshore gig coming up, which is going to be, I'm going out for 3 weeks. It's a huge new wind farm which is being built in the middle of the North Sea, and
so sick. It's crazy.
And it's a cool thing to be doing, but there's quite a lot of logistics issues. So I'm going to be on one vessel that goes out sort of a couple of weeks into August, and I'll be probably having to move vessels in field a bit. So I'm going to need to keep kit down. So I'm probably going to buy a second R5C. But my sort of question at the moment is about power and working out a good power source, which is going to need the least amount of kind of support with it as charging. So the product that I'd seen, which in all the NAB coverage, which looked appealing, was the Core SWX Snap battery. So I think they're like a 40, 47, 48 watt hour batteries. Because I cut now, so your battery would
I was going to say,
fill.
there's one with this dummy's signature on that would like power for 7
It
days, but
would
blow up helicopters and stuff.
exactly. I can't put it on a helicopter.
Yep.
That's exactly the issue. So transfers are via helicopters for a lot of this, and so I'm limited to 98. So these, they piggyback. So there's been lots of products like this before, but these are USB-C centric, I suppose. They've still got D-taps on them, and they've got little
Right.
detachable V-mount clips, so they're pretty easy to mount, but you can just keep stacking them. And you can put one USB-C PD into one of them, stack them up, and in the morning they're all charged. So I think you can do about 8 of them on a single stack.
That's interesting.
So it is interesting, and I think it's probably the way to go. They're about $200, so about $180, but they're selling for £220 here, or they're listed at.
Those are
But
the 47 watt hour ones?
Yeah. So they're kind of dear for what they are, but in terms of it being an easy architecture to work with across charging and using on the cameras and hot swap and things, really good. But they're still not available. They were supposed to be out in June. Seems to be a thing at the moment with products getting. So that's one issue. So if anyone's got any alternatives to this, in case they're not done in the next week or two, because of something that would work well on that, but we've got to stick under that 98 watt hour limit. And ideally relatively compact. I don't want to go to huge batteries on it because I'm going to be shooting a lot of handheld stuff. So that's the batteries is the other. And the second is that I could do with a slightly more compact tripod. And I kind of potato jet thing. I think the small rig potato jet, the Tribex looks like it would fit the bill. But again,
is it coming
doesn't
out?
seem to be
I don't
any
think it's
date
out yet, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not out yet. I don't think they've announced pricing on it either. Although
So
there's
Core,
kind of certain,
Core did something at one point, which they still sell, but I can't remember if they're micro or they're full sized batteries, but they're 98 watt hour, and then they have basically a thing that you can use two of them together, and then it'll have like a V. I think there's also an AB gold mount version. So you basically put it onto that adapter, and then you're getting twice the amount of battery. But those were made a long time ago, so I don't know if they are USB-C PD, and they definitely don't have, to my knowledge, that stackable thing where you can, basically daisy chain them and then just plug one USB-C cable in.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't.
don't
I mean,
know.
it just seems like a really elegant solution to everything because they're quite
Yeah.
compact. The other thing that if you're working in those environments is that you kind of need to be working with companies that are going to be able to give you a material safety data sheet,
Yep.
which
Ah,
essentially. So I don't know if you've had to deal with this before, but if you go
No.
onto certain
never.
sites where it's sensitive, where you've got blast stuff, basically if you're putting them on a helicopter for offshore stuff, you certainly need it. So this is a sheet which says if this battery ruptures, if you split it open and all the chemicals come out of it, what are those chemicals, and what do we need to do to sort that out? Like, how do we
Yep.
contain the spill? How do we treat someone who's got chemical burns if that's what's happened? How do it's all that kind of stuff. And most companies will do that. They will find those sheets, but it's kind of hard getting it out of companies. But at Core SWX, I've had their products before, and it's all on hand. It's all very easy to navigate all that kind of technical paperwork. So
Yeah.
it seemed like a good option. It seemed like a good option.
But you don't know when it's going to come out.
Well, it was supposed to be June, but we're in kind of third of the way through July, and
Yep.
they themselves are still saying pre-orders, but with no communications about when it's coming. So
Yeah, there was also
it's kind of a little frustrating.
oh, here he comes. There's also what's the name of it?
Sorry,
There's a company. Oh, it's
I
fine.
have 2 potential options for you.
Oh, okay. Here we
Uh-huh.
go. Tell me when you're ready.
So these are 2 super tiny V-mount batteries. One is the Small Rig 50 watt.
I had one of those. I left it on a plane. Yeah, very good.
Oh, nuts. But yeah, I mean, it's a deck of cards, basically, and this one's dead, but you've got USB-C power delivery, USB-A, 8 and 12 volts, as well as a D-tap, and of course, you can add it to a battery plate if you want. So that's super tiny. It's basically a oddly shaped MPF battery, but you've got your 14 point whatever volts.
Right.
And then if you're looking for something a little
That's
more not jank, is going to be the Anton Power 45, which is a
okay.
little smaller,
Same size. Yeah.
but obviously a higher build quality. But it does not, I don't think, have a USB-C, so you would need to get one of those little D-tap to power delivery or something like that.
Which I have one, and this is the other thing with this job.
But
so
it's really nice.
These vessels that you're stuck on these things for potentially 2-3 weeks, that is a good option. But if you're gonna every point of failure that you put into a system is a risk because you can't get another one sent out to you for potentially 10 days. And the thing that we're
Right.
filming happened once, and it's a huge deal. So it's kind of, we're going out and doing other things around, but essentially there's one event within this, like this one thing that's being installed that we absolutely have to get. And so again, it's kind of reducing those points of failure and making sure that you can that any one piece of your kit can fail, and you can still do what you need to do. So yeah, the small rig one, it was that was good, but they're not. What do they cost? Do you remember what they list at?
$129.
Yeah,
but you
And
can't
the
stack them the
Anton
same
So
way
they're
you
pretty
can
good
with the
value.
core.
Power is $270.
Yeah, it's expensive for a 45 watt hour. I mean, small, but
What I'm looking up now, like if I were you, and if this is a once in a lifetime, like you can't screw it up, I would probably, my goodness, this is all in German. Get a, what is it? Is it Blue Hawk? Something Hawk.
Oh yeah, Blue Hawk. It's Blue Hawk.
They have mini V-mount battery plates that are like military spec.
right.
There's no way a battery's coming off of that.
The other two companies,
Bebop.
IDX. Yeah, Bebop was the other one. They're British, I think.
They have a 45.
And then you have,
they have really good stuff. Got a couple, but I don't have their 45. But I'm looking to see
I have
if
a
they
couple. No, I have their 45. Do you have any IDX batteries?
I used to have some.
I don't.
I used to have some IDX.
IDX is Japanese. They're legit. They're not a jank. They've been around for a long time. Britt's saying that your audio cut out, ? But it didn't cut out for me, Caleb. I mean, you
No,
left.
nor me.
Me?
But
Can you hear me okay?
yeah, fine. And Mr. Carroll says, for some reason, your setup, meaning you, Caleb, makes him think of Flynn trying to access Master Control Program in Tron right before he gets digitized into the computer. So
Nice.
nice,
That's a
nice
compliment.
work. It is a
I'm
compliment.
going for like
Huge.
Adam Savage's shop / Blade Runner / Tron.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right. So
With a
at
little
the
bit of Batman
C47,
Begins in there.
little DJ Succotash here, or me or anyone of the production companies we were. Oh wait, wait. One of the production companies we work with are still filming on Sony Z750s. Does anyone happen to know the color science tone curves available on it? Ooh, no, I do not. Well, I could guess because it's an older Sony camera. I would say that the color science and the tone curves available on it are shit, but that's
Our
about all I
fart
can say.
sounds. Yeah.
Magenta.
Yeah. That, I mean, probably not great. Probably not the best skin tones in the world, but who knows? I mean, Sony's figured it out now, but it was a period of time there where, eh. So for Thaddeus, the whole stream stalled for a few seconds. Interesting. I would be interested to hear if that
weird.
happened to anybody else. Let us know because that would be great.
Send us the timestamp so we can check it later.
Yeah, that would be great. David says at the C47 that Caleb, did you get your hands on the DJI Focus Pro? Been trying to get one for ages now. I didn't try to get my hands on one. Have you tried that thing yet? The Focus Pro? Caleb or Ben?
No, they reached
That's
out about
LiDAR,
it.
right?
I said no because
Mm.
I'm apparently not a YouTuber anymore. And now I regret it because now I really want one, like a lot. But I didn't expect it to be that good. But the footage I've seen from it, I have heard, I won't say who, but somebody said there's something going on, and one of the reasons why you can't access them is there's an issue that they're scrambling to fix. That somebody found somewhere, and that's why they're, because it's DJI. You know, they're not going to screw up a launch.
They have to put all of the chips
But
that they
it's
have
really
in their
weird
drones when they get deregulated now into the Focus Pro, so that they can list. No, I'm just.
There you go.
I love how when they said.
I really, really want one.
Yeah.
In fact, I have this master scheme. I have a bunch of like old lenses. I'm sure both of you have all kinds of little collections of things.
Way too many.
Of lenses. And the other day I was like, I've always wanted an Atlas anamorphic. And I really want one of their Mercury lenses. And then it just hit me. All these lenses that sit on the shelf and I don't really film with. If I sold all of them, you know, how much lens could I get for all of that put together? And how many of us have stuff in bins or egg crates
so much
that we could sell and get get one thing that you would like
an Alexa 35,
like just dream lens that you could like use all the time.
Just
and
an
it wouldn't
Alexa
be like
35.
you pulled $8,000 out of a bank account and spent it. You're turning something, and somehow that to me like makes the lens more usable. Like I'm not going to keep it on the shelf and in a case and in a humidified controller.
That's the
I'm going to like use that thing. Oh, change battery. What does that mean?
Change or charge.
Change or change battery.
Oh my god.
No, charge. Change or charge. Sorry, dyslexic.
Change or
I was
charge.
like, what happened? The Canon camera's like...
It's like fly season over here. So there was a freeze issue. You're welcome for me doubling down on my demonetization. I knew you were going to come back on that one, DJ. You hear a new eBay challenge in the future. Yeah, the eBay challenge is sell all of your stuff, and then buy what you want. I really would love to. I really would. Like if I had my way, I would love to get an Alexa 35.
What do those
Hi.
run these days? You got a
Sorry.
fly
Oh.
buzzing around you there, bud?
There he is. Yeah,
Hope he's back.
I don't know what's going on. It's summer, you know. What are you gonna do? The
Yep.
wheels are coming
Yeah.
off. They're always coming off
I need to
over
get you
here,
an
DJ.
executioner.
What
on
is
Amazon.
that?
It's a bug zapper.
Ooh, I need that.
It's like
That'd be great.
It's like a badminton or a. It's
I
called
have
the
one. No, I have them.
Executioner.
I have them.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like burnt orange colored.
Oh yeah. Yeah, mine is just a black one. It looks like sort of like I got like version 1.0. Robert Moore says,
Nice.
so look at the AB 47 and 98 watt hour Veer gold mounted, the tether tool D tap to USB-C PD adapter. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Is that
See-
a battery or just an adapter? That seems like we're
With the
working
adapter,
hard.
I have one of those which will take a D tap and it'll then put a 60 watt in or out of it. So it's great. So
Yeah.
you can charge it really, really quickly.
Yeah.
But it's just another thing to go wrong. And then you're going to need two of them because you need a spare.
Copy.
This was the whole thing that just kind of, it's a good idea, and it is something that I use quite a lot with a V mount at the moment. But yeah, it's just trying to be small, compact, as few components as possible in the system. But thank you. It's a good option. It's a good suggestion.
Okay. All right. Lots of battery talk today. What else is going
exchange
on?
from carts.
Yeah. Lava
Time
all
code.
the way. Cats are here. So let's do some more stuff in the chat. This is all about, bringing up a topic, chatting about things, getting into things. Anything else that was released this week? Any interesting tidbits? Maybe I should go over to the good old news shooter. DJ has a question that you may be able to answer. What about Strata?
Who? I just saw, as we're talking about expensive full-frame anamorphics, Strata. Full-frame anamorphic primes by Old Fast Glass and Ancient Optics.
Oh,
Those are not going to be cheap.
They are not.
They look really hot, though.
Yeah. Let's see.
Command F for find $. Yep. List price is $165,000 for the set, but that's 5 lenses. No, 6 lenses.
Wait, how much is it for 6 lenses?
$165K. It's not bad, right?
Sure. Yeah, I got that laying around. Who cares about my kids? F them.
That's pretty expensive. $27,500 per lens. Can you tell I've been thinking about full frame anamorphic recently?
Barely. It's hardly even not even. What do you guys think about this Lit Duo Kickstarter campaign? Have you seen this new meter that's constantly showing up on? So it's a combo. Yeah, it's called the Lit LIT Duo dash, or maybe not dash 1. It's a color exposure, illuminance spectrum, and flicker meter. It's an all-in-one. I kind of feel like it might be made by the same people. I can't remember. Another little color and light meter that used to go into like your smartphone. I can't hear you, Ben. Nothing. I feel like
same.
Nothing. You have gone. No, nothing. Okay, he's out for a second. I feel like this is like the old days, Caleb. Freezes.
Yeah.
What
that
is happening?
Terrible service?
Oh my god.
Stream garbage garage.
Which was
yard.
bought by hey Ben.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hey, there he
I
is.
can hear you. There he is. We're saying this is like Lightstream.
Ecamm.
This is like Lightstream.
Okay.
Is that the name of the company? And then they got bought by Videndum. Lightstream, is that who we used to use? And then I think what happened was they got rid of them. I don't know. I think they got rid of.
Were you just talking about the Lomo things? The Lomo meters?
No, they're called Lit Duo. Yeah, the Lomo ones, which are the ones that would go into your phone. But the Lit Duo, I kind of feel like it might be the same people, but I might be wrong. Because they stopped making those little Lomo ones that go into your phone, which I thought were great.
This is great, though.
But this
Standalone
meter is
unit.
going to be about 500 euro as a Kickstarter, but it's everything. Is it going to work? I don't know, but it might be worth a chance. But they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. DJ has a question for you, Ben. What's the watt-hour limit that's disallowed from a helicopter? Other commercial flights as well. I didn't know about that. Well, in the U.S., it's 98 or 99 watt-hours, but what's it on the helicopter over there?
It's the same. It's 100 watt hours essentially. You can't, but that's the limit. So manufacturers, I guess, to give a little bit of wiggle room, tend to do 98, 99 watt hour batteries. So if you take one of those, and then each airline has its own rules as to how many of those you can have loose, and then how many you can have installed with equipment. So you you need to kind of play the game. But if you so the other thing that I was talking about with these stackables, if you're stacking them, they're installed in equipment. So you could put one on your camera and then build the other 4 out. That's still classed as installed in equipment. So you can get away with a lot more than if you're carrying loose.
It's all a bunch of bullshit. Let's be honest. I mean, to a degree.
Of course it is.
Because if a 98 watt hour battery catches on fire or a 200 watt hour battery catches on fire, I kind of feel like if a fire started and something else catches on fire, it doesn't matter what the base watt hour was to begin with. And not to say that that's never happened, but I don't know anybody who's ever taken a higher watt hour battery and changed the label on it to put it on an airplane. I'm just saying it's never happened before, but
Right.
And I'm not talking about myself, by the way. But
and if you're going on an airline, no one really cares, and often they don't. I think depending on what the security people are like at that particular airport, you probably just get it through. The helicopter's a little
Pike's
different.
Signature counterweight coming out soon.
There you go.
Remember those 50 millimeter rod bricks you could buy from Red Rock Micro on the back of the rig?
Yes. Perfect.
But it just
your
happens
DSLR
to have
is like out here, and then you have the weight way back here to kind of balance the whole thing out.
Can we not even? I mean, the decisions that were
with
made
the Z double rod, the Z Finder Z shift.
God. And
you
then
got
I'm
rods here, and then you shift the rods right in front of your face. That makes sense.
And now I hear Steve. I hear Steve. Gosh. Every single build is going back to an ENG camera. Don't you remember when you could just pop the camera and it was perfectly balanced?
Yeah, you just slap a beta tape in, and
and a 30-pound battery on the back to counterbalance your DSLR camera, which is out to the front of the universe over here. Unbelievable.
And of that and all those systems, and the way that we're all still kind of here with stuff, even if we're not properly shoulder mounted. I was talking to a colleague recently who's a similar kind of age to me, so he's early 40s, I suppose I'm mid, but we go just that kind of, we're all kind of aching, and it's here. He's going, are you just like all your nerves and everything just like shattered, compressed, knackered, all in this shoulder? Yep. I have so much neck pain, shoulder pain, everything comes from this.
Yep. Yeah.
All bad. There's got to be a better way to mount this stuff.
Oh, you'll retire.
There is actually, and that's another really expensive item I really want.
Tell me.
Quite badly. For this, let me grab the rig hand.
Okay. And I'll answer a question while we're doing that. From, I think it's DJ. Yeah, sorry. No, it's Dustin. Well, do this first, Caleb, and then we'll get into a couple more questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
This is Cineback FX3 with my battery. My favorite matte box, which is so insane, but it's just a tank. This is the wooden camera UMB1 UMB1 Nisi lens, and then the new mid 49 top handle, which is rad. Love this thing. But this is a lot of weight, and it's all fun and games. But this is usually how I film right here.
Yep.
Kind of like I guess they call it gunner, so not up on my shoulder.
Yep.
But there's this product I found at NAB, not last year, but the year before, called
I remember you talking about this. Yes, I remember you talking about it.
I want that thing so bad. But it's just expensive enough where you're like, it hurt. It would hurt. You know, it's like $3,000, I think, 3,500 maybe. But yeah, it puts all the weight on your hips and your core where it should be if you're lifting properly. But that would make this be like nothing. So it's not an easy.
Oh, I
rig.
remember which. I remember the booth.
But it's got this
What's the name
bungee
of that?
system.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Ergo rig. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want that. That and this Mercury lens with that setup would be like.
And then you're done.
And I did
what focal length?
To your point.
Yeah, tell me. Yes.
Focal length, probably the 36.
Yeah.
Because why not 36 full frame? That's where you start to get really weird out here.
Yeah, 40 for me is like my 40 on a full frame camera is probably my favorite focal length, period. But yeah, that's just me.
Which I agree if I was filming other things, but for what I actually do, I would love to have a 30. What is this? What are we at now? 20. That's 28. But to have like just insanely wide with some insane anamorphic stuff going on for a smaller space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for anamorphic.
And it's nice because at a 36 you've got like, what's the ratio on that?
It's nuts.
But is that a 2x?
1.5.
It's a 1. Oh, it's a 1.5. It's not a 2x. Okay.
So you'll get like a 24 mil. Why have I got balloons?
Do you want me to show you? Okay, so you're on a Mac, right? So you see up in your toolbar.
24. Yep.
Do you see there's a toolbar? You see the little camera icon that's up there?
Yeah.
It's like a little so click on that. And you have to do this in every application that you use this in. And then there should be a drop down
in Mac OS?
For when you're using.
Oh no.
Do you see it?
Oh, video effects.
No.
Yeah, you have to turn off video effects. Yes, you have to turn off video effects. That's an OS thing, but it's app specific.
What's the thing you do?
So, I turn mine off now and everything. Did you? Yep. Now turn off video effects and it should go away. Happy
amazing.
4th of July. I love how it dims the whole room as if he's like in silhouette. Well, maybe you can't do it because you're running the app right now, but so you may not be able to toggle it while it's live, but it's definitely under that menu. But you have to figure out that menu, and then I had to go through every single app that I was using, and I had to turn that off.
So funny.
It really sucked, but you're gonna figure it out. It's gonna work. Yeah, but it took me like 3 weeks to figure that out. Okay, so any thoughts on the new Canon announcement coming up?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we've got. Looks like we're getting 2 new R series cameras. R1 would guess be their flagship mirrorless, right? And then the R5 II, a follow up to the R5.
Are you pretending not to know about this stuff, or do you genuinely
No, I really don't. No, I'm not privy to this. No, I don't know anything about these cameras except for some rumor mill, and I haven't even really read that. Tell me.
I've read a little. So it looks like there will not be a cinema version of the R5 II.
Right. So you mean an R5C2 is what you mean?
Yeah, they're saying that's probably not coming. So there is active cooling within the new R5 II. It looks from the rumors. Obviously, nothing's been announced. So, but obviously, the overheating issues. It's still going to have all the 8K, and it's still going to have more. It doesn't look hugely different. It's kind of correcting all the crap that didn't work with the R5 for video.
Got it.
But it kind of is pushing it into the R5C. I can't. It's intriguing. I need to change one of my bodies to get. At the moment, I'm thinking of another R5C. But I need to do this fairly quickly. So I want a second matched body.
Well, the downside...
Wait to see what comes.
Yeah, the downside to the R5 Mark II, most likely, as opposed to the R5C, is for cinema application, you're not going to have that true reboot into a cinema EOS menu. It's going to be...
Which is gold.
Yeah, I agree. Having it is gold.
Which is gold.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's amazing.
R5C is really, when you're talking about under $5,000 hybrid cameras, it's definitely way up there in terms of, feature sets and being a contender for top spot. There's no reason why an FX3 Mark II couldn't compete with that camera, but it would really have to handle what we were talking about earlier, which is the sensor and the megapixels and being able to also be a true hybrid. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
and it is
My
a true.
gosh, the
It's an
price has
amazing
come
stills
down so
camera.
far too.
I
Holy
know.
cow.
Hence
Yes.
why looking at getting another one right
Yeah. How
now,
much is
because
it
you can
now?
pick those up.
3,058.
Wait, 3,000. Wait, just over
Wait. This is
$3,000?
used. I'm looking used on B&H.
Okay,
Used.
okay. No,
Sorry.
I think it's like 3,500 still. Well, there's definitely like a $500 discount, I believe.
Yeah.
David Carroll, by the way, congratulations. David's short film Dead Tone just got into the Montgomery, Alabama Film Festival. So excited.
Oh,
Ooh.
congratulations.
Well done.
Fantastic.
And you don't even have to travel that far. You could camp
Nice.
out. That's
Is there
nice.
somewhere we can
Okay.
watch it?
Yeah,
Is
send
it
us a
streaming
link.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to figure out another photo challenge or frame challenge or something so David Carroll can show us his behind the scenes with like every Aperture product that has ever been
Yes.
released. I miss those days, you know?
I do too. I
Yeah,
do
it would
too.
be nice
With
to
all the
do one.
time
We
that we
should
all
do that.
have.
Right.
Yeah.
Just ages. Remember when we used to do Camera Flask every week? I mean, every week.
Just
we
pick
used
a
to do it.
frame with helicopters and
Wow.
windmills and
Yeah.
we'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That is literally all I'm going to be able to do if this is in a month's time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert's
limited.
asking, so no power outlets on the boats? There on the rigs there are power
Yeah, no.
outlets.
So the helicopters are just to move between, or to sometimes to transit out to the boats. The boats are proper. That's, you've got your own room, you've got power, you've got internet, you've got food, a
But you can't
gym,
go to Best Buy
cinema.
and buy more batteries.
That's exactly the thing. It's just they're not rough places to be. They're well resourced, but they don't have a shop. They don't have a B&H on board. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
Lumu, Robert. The Lumu is
That's
the
right.
little
You're right.
and I have a couple of
Because
them. They're good. I mean, they're not 100% accurate, but they definitely get you in the
for
ballpark.
ballpark,
Like really
Yeah.
close. And the fact that it's an exposure and a color meter at the same time is great. Wow, Robert's posting like crazy today. Based on your suggestion, but what you were talking about, Caleb, he dropped 10K of Leica gear and bought a C200 PL mount with 30 hours for two grand. Yeah, I know the market right now. I just
Wow.
watched a video of a guy who bought a listing that it was supposed to be a C200, but the picture was a C500 Mark 1, and he got it in an R series mirrorless box, and he opened it up, and it didn't come with a battery, it didn't come with like the monitor unit, but for some reason he had it. The sensor was pristine, he put a battery in it, he put the monitor unit on it, and it was perfect, and it was $416 for a C500 Mark 1. Like the market right now is getting crazy.
Oh
Like
my
he
gosh.
bought it for just over $400. I mean, he took a chance, but for $400, I'm taking a chance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's
we
good.
should do an
Wow.
eBay challenge.
Maybe we should.
A ways out, just because it's like all those deals,
Yeah.
what is probably at this point 3, 4, 5 years ago, are now
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Like
know
the
it's
challenge should be
old, but C100
build.
Mark II, what is that going for these days?
Oh, I don't know.
$800.
Are you serious?
Incredible. $800.
And still
The
a
first
very
one that popped up.
usable,
Here's one that's
camera.
being bid on for $480.
Wow.
For a C300 Mark II? I mean, it's a 4K
Yeah, I saw
sensor
it.
camera.
C100 Mark II is what I meant.
Okay, but still.
But I've seen C300 Mark
$800.
IIs for next to nothing this week.
Okay.
Here's one with the top handle, batteries, and a rig and a bunch of other stuff for $880. But like if you just need 1080, that camera is still killer. Right? Built-in ND for $800.
Okay.
You can't buy an adapter with ND, a fader ND, like a PL to E. You know, it's
I think we are at the point though
nuts.
that where there's very few people that I don't know
Yes,
that
you're
can
right.
only
You're
get
right.
away with HD now. I think the last sort of couple of years that's
Yep.
Okay,
That is true.
so I'm going to say this before we because we're actually almost done, which is crazy how fast this has gone.
Yes, flew by.
It flew by. So, first of all, the new Sony camera that we started talking about at the beginning of the episode, when the FX30 goes on sale for $1,600, which it does very oftentimes. It's an $1,800 camera. They do $200 off on it a lot. Do you buy that camera over the new ZV E10 II? 100%, because it's $600 more, but I mean, it's just you're not going to have any overheating issues. It's built like a little cinema camera. I don't know. That's my opinion. So don't listen to me. All right. So if we did a challenge, the good thing now on the channel is I can take, not maybe for July, but for August, which could be our August challenge, I can give away $500 worth of product from B&H from the Gratis Group, which is like 8 brands. And we can pick 3 products or 2 products, first prize, second prize. We can do a challenge, and then people can get free gear, and we can just send it to them for doing the challenge.
nice.
I'd be down for that.
Amazing.
Free
Do we get
gear.
Do we get free gear for doing the challenge?
No.
No.
That's how it works.
Okay. Well, that'll still
Well,
be
you
fun.
could do if you won, but we're not going to win because it's our show. We're not allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
no,
But we are.
that wouldn't be right.
But we would participate.
Talk to me
so
again. I haven't done anything with Gratis Group. I'll just be like, hey, the winner for the 9th month in a row is Ben Barden.
let's go. You just keep
Infinite
sending me what
C-stands.
you want, and we'll just have like little pseudonyms. You'll have different like pen names and stuff like that. And then
That's
every
it.
month
Every
you'll
6
get a new
months, I'll
shipment.
just fly over, pick up my
Yeah.
swag, and then head back. Perfect.
Exactly. So it's unfortunately it's U.S. residents only. So just know that we'd love everybody to participate, but it's U.S. residents only because that's how they ship the stuff, and they pay for the shipping and everything. But we could do an August challenge where we do like a $5,000 or $10,000 digital cinema camera challenge, whatever it is, and it's like the best digital cinema camera you can get. But maybe it does have to be eBay.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Well,
B&H thing
Could
doesn't work.
also people could submit these. You could find a way. How could we do this? It'd be fun if it was anonymous and we pick a winner and like the name is revealed at the
that
end.
would be good. That would be
Yeah.
good. I would be tempted to go super
I
low
don't know.
budget though. Let's really challenge like
$2
just
grand?
see what someone can put together.
What was the
Yeah.
what was the camera of yore for Jem? The Canon M52.
Oh, the M50. Yeah, the M50. Look out! Can you look on
Ben and I
eBay to
just
see how
both
much the
show up with,
M50?
like
I love it.
76 F7s from Aperture.
It's for bullet time. You're shooting bullet time, man. I bet you could get a really good deal on
F7s. Yeah, right.
original Ursa.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
original Ursa. You know,
Do you like
Hold
having
the door
to use
open
2
somewhere
hands
in
to flip
Italy.
your screen out? Ursa.
The
That should be
iPad,
the ad.
10-inch iPad that used to come out of that thing. I had one.
Yeah.
That it was the weight of that thing was truly.
It
A
was so
challenge
sad
would work.
watching the
Another-
news shooter. Go ahead, I'm listening. Sorry,
Oh, no,
I
go
have
on.
to say it,
You gotta
Caleb.
finish
No,
it.
it's just
Finish
it's just
it.
watching the news shooter people that one year at NAB
Yeah.
because they were all shooting with the Ursas because they gave them all Ursas to use to create the content.
That's why I had one
and seeing Matt Allard, who like Matt Allard's pretty jacked, right? He's a big guy. Like
Yeah,
he's
shoots
healthy.
on
And he's a
in the
sports guy. He
mirror,
shoots on
you know?
in the mirror, but he's like, and it was like watching him walk halfway down the central hall and then have to put the fucking camera down to take a rest was just the funniest thing ever. And Eric Nazo, oh my god, it was so funny. It was ridiculous.
Oh, Eric.
Scott and all those people, they suffered. I apologize. All right, tell me your challenge idea, Mr. Pike.
It's I don't know if it's a challenge, but it's an idea for a future episode.
Yeah.
maybe this upcoming winter when things are chill or whenever it's relaxed, I would love to see either a top-down live stream of people's bags or photos. Like, I would love to see Ben's final pack. Like there's this I'm super into tools. Case in point, this is the kind of stuff I've been watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
Building out your perfect tool pouch. So, this goes in your front pocket and you've got, like, this is all I need for an entire day running around building all the stuff we're building and selling and like production line stuff.
Or a house.
But yeah, and there's all these great YouTube videos of like all these guys talking about their loadout. They're like electricians like loadout. I would love to see that for us. Like Ben.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I like
what's
that.
your final, and you could just take some like chill iPhone photos and do a little like rundown, like what was your final loadout for this upcoming shoot, knowing you could only carry whatever it is. And this could be any of us for any particular scenario. There's no right or wrong. I just love watching that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any bag mods or like, any little, whenever you watch someone load up for a specific gig, because let's be honest, all of our shoots are very specific. It's not like yours is going to work for me and vice versa, but there's always little nuggets in there that you're like, oh my gosh, the way they store their SD cards or whatever it is.
And if you're flying with kit as well, which I do, I've done loads more this year than I have done in because I've been driving a lot backwards and forwards up until this year. And this year I'm over in the UK right now and I've driven over, but I've been flying up till now. And you have to really be careful about what you're taking, what you're dealing with, are you getting into the point where you're needing to go into carnets and custom stuff? Can you get under that limit? Can you sneak stuff? I'm not saying that I ever do that. Bring things in that maybe should go in.
You've never done it. I know.
Never. The car needs to happen, but it's a completely different set of packing and how you. And if you deal with Ryanair, which I guess is like, I don't know, Spirit or.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good. We'll just say Spirit.
Okay, so those, are you packing for that or are you flying with Lufthansa? Yeah, so it's all these things that you have to have, and it's like I've got bags which I know that I can get away with for certain airlines, and one I know that they won't with others. So you've got to go for the smaller.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting episode to do. I think I'll start taking pictures of every loadout.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're going to table it completely, but I think what we should do is figure out when we're going to do August's Camera Flask, and then we should start the episode by coming up with a proper challenge. We'll talk it out for the first 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll actually come up with something.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what is the next one? Now that we're 3 minutes over.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have some challenges in August. It's not unusual that happens, but I am.
Yeah.
I love the little snort there. Because I have to take my son. He's going to look at colleges, which sounds crazy, and also he's doing these basketball camps. So, I actually can do. I can actually do the first Monday in August, which is the 7th.
7th?
I arrive on this. You can't. You can or can't? Oh yeah.
I can't. I just realized we're going to be gone. Yeah.
Oh, that's your travels. Dang it. Okay.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. I can't. Well,
I need to
I might
look
be able
out
to.
way out here. Yeah.
The 14th, I'm going to be in Georgia. I could do it. I mean, quite honestly, I'm probably going to look for an excuse to have a quick break on that trip.
Otherwise, I could do
Mannequin
like the 12th.
Oh, like an odd day. So
unless you want to stick to Wednesdays, otherwise, the 28th is wide open. I know that's the last Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, 14th is good.
Yeah, tell me, Ben.
I'm going to be on boats for all of that. So I think I don't know what the internet will be like is the only thing. I should be able to do it regardless, but it just depends. Last time I was out, it was slow, like really slow. But Starlink has the last time I did one of these big projects was a few years ago.
Okay.
Starlink is now, I think, a thing, and it should be faster.
Quick
So
question.
we'll see.
Lens Rentals merged and they are selling off a lot of stuff well below market. Thanks for the tip, Robert.
Oh.
Appreciate that.
Interesting.
Okay, so here's another idea. I'm not saying it's ideal, but what happens if we table August? Is Wednesday, September 4th, a day that can work for people or not? I'm
Wide
not saying
open.
we do
Should
that.
be. Yeah, it should be.
Okay, so I think we go dark for August because there's a lot of travel. You're doing things for business. I'll continue my weekly live streams as long as there isn't a conflict, and then we pick this up in September. Does that
Cool.
work for everybody? Let's just do that. That'll be our thing. Robert just added the Sigma FP for $1,200. Nice.
Whoa.
From the Lens Rentals thing. Okay, well, things are happening, kids. Thank you, as always, to everybody here for coming to the live stream. Sorry we're not going to have an August one, but I will have a challenge for July, and I'll also have a challenge in August, so there'll be that. And love you guys, and thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. Fantastic.
Great to see you all.
Yeah, great to
talk to you
catch
too.
up. And I'm glad we got to sort of talk about projects and other stuff this time. We don't always get to do that, so it was a nice kind of change, and it went fast. So
it did go fast, incredibly.
Yeah. I'm going to say safe travels to you guys and anybody else here who's going to be on the road. And stay safe out there. Enjoy your family and friends. And any parting words, Caleb? What you got for me, kid?
You know,
here we go.
It's great that we're all here occasionally. It's good to see all your faces. Thank you guys for hanging out. That was so intense.
Oh my God, my back just froze.
There,
my back just froze. Oh my God.
Oh no.
No,
we're getting older out here.
No, it's been happening all week. Yeah.
Knees.
Oh my goodness. Ben?
Just glad you guys are here. All 20 of you. It's good
that
to
went up
consistently
significantly
see faces.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow, the numbers are crazy.
Amazing.
Free beer. Ben, final words after 25. What you got?
Well, thank you very much. I don't know what was coming there. Still trying to be in his what? I don't know. Lovely to speak to you all as ever. I was really tired. I feel very energized and will not sleep now, which you know is it has a negative thing, but it's from a positive reason. It's
one more glass of wine might balance that out.
Oh, there's a thing. I'm going to go and load the dishwasher because we'll be out here in the morning. So anyway, I'll do that. Have another glass of wine. A pleasure to hang out with you two, as always, my good friends, and to everyone in the chat. Always a pleasure. Safe and happy summer to you all.
Good. Yes. My last words are
there, Ben. Be safe. Enjoy the crazy gig. Can't wait to hear about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
If your spouse or significant other, your partner, says, "Let's get some chickens or ducks," and it'll be easy, she says. And I said, I'm not cleaning that stuff up. Just listen to your inner voice. That's all I have to say. Love you guys. See you later.
Much love.